Hi, thank you for joining our STEM Internship Strategies workshop brought to you by our Mesa STEM Academic Success Center. My name is Angelica and I'm a counselor in our Mesa STEM Academic Success Center. Today we're going to be talking about STEM internship strategies. So an overview of the presentation, we're going to be covering why intern, what does an internship involve, researching, exploring internship opportunities. We're going to be going over developing your application. We're going to talk about resumes, cover letters, and the interview process. We'll talk about creating your own internship experience. I'll share with you a little bit about research experiences for undergraduate students, also known as REUs. And I'll go over some internship opportunities. Why intern? So interning provides an invaluable learning opportunity. It allows you to develop new skills and strengthen existing ones. You'll be able to gain valuable professional experience. It will also allow you to build your resume and your professional network. You'll build your confidence, strengthen your communication skills. You'll test drive your intended career and determine if it's the right fit. Especially for those of you who might be unsure about what career option to go into, or if you're unsure about your major, taking on an internship will allow you to see the different types of day-to-day tasks that individuals in different careers face. It will allow you to demonstrate initiative. It strengthens your chances of landing more internships in the future. It prepares you for the future. So now you'll have some experience under your belt. You'll have a strong resume for once you complete your degree. You'll explore career options and interests, and sometimes you're even able to earn some money. What does an internship involve? An internship is a time-limited work experience ranging from 1 month to 1 year, usually lasting about 3 months. So typically our students here at Hancock who take on internships, they're usually taking on summer internships. So typically they're interning for about 2 to 3 months throughout the summer. But every internship experience and opportunity can look a little bit different. Internships are intended to bridge the gap between the classroom and the professional world. Internships promote academic, career, and/or personal development. Internships typically include learning objectives, shadowing, reflecting, evaluating, and assessment, and sometimes there are even project-based internships. Your internship should integrate your goals as an intern with a specific project the organization needs to complete. So as an intern, you definitely want to have a positive internship experience. So you want to make sure that you do identify what your goals are and what you're hoping to gain from the internship. An internship can have varying daily time commitments, and it can be either a full-time or part-time. Usually over the summer, most internships are part-time, but again, it could look a little bit different depending on who and where you're interning at. Your internship can be part of your educational program that is carefully monitored and evaluated for academic credit. So here at Hancock, any students who take on internships, they are not required to take on an internship for their academic program. Usually this is something that's taken on because the student wants that experience. But at the university, that can look a little bit different. Some programs do require their students to earn credit by taking on an internship during the semester or during a quarter. So before we get started with the internship research process, you want to get yourself organized. You want to tap into identifying what your skills are, what you're good at, what your strengths are, the experiences that you have under your belt. And it's okay if you don't have any experiences that are related to your major. That's okay. If there's a part-time job that you've had, if there's volunteer work that you've done, these are all experiences that we can include. Your knowledge, what your expertise are, what you're hoping to gain and what you're hoping to learn. You also want to identify what your needs, wants, interests, and goals are. You want your internship experience to be a good one, to be a positive one, and you want to make sure that you gain what you're looking to gain from your internship experience. So it's important that you sit down and you identify, what is it that you're hoping to gain from that internship experience. Prepare yourself to put your best self forward and stay positive and open-minded throughout the entire process. So step one of the research and explore process of finding an internship. I highly encourage you to begin your internship search early on. Start in the fall and do this as an ongoing basis. So usually when you start researching internship opportunities in the fall, you'll begin to find these opportunities opening up sometime in October to late fall. And these applications become open and available and usually begin to close January, February. And these are typically for summertime. Okay, so as you can see, like the time frame, they're open up in the fall, usually due in the spring. They make their selection in the spring, and then you would be interning in the summertime. Again, every opportunity can look a little bit different, but typically this is what we're seeing. Visit the Mesa STEM Internship Toolkit Career Center website to explore different opportunities. Our internship toolkit link is provided right here for you to look at, and I'm going to be clicking on it so we can look at it together. And then this link is the link for our Career Center as well. Search the web. There's tons of opportunities out there. It's good to utilize the web, but just be mindful of what you're accessing. You want to make sure everything's legit. Contact potential organizations or companies. So if there is a company that you're interested in interning for, it's okay to give them a call and find out if they are taking on interns. So if you've looked on their website and you didn't find anything about internships, pick up the phone, give them a call, ask them, what's the worst they can say? Talk to your instructors or peers. Your instructors oftentimes know about different internship opportunities. Your peers might know about different opportunities as well. So communicate with those individuals, and you never know what that might lead you to. Take note of opportunities you can get in the future. Utilize your Mesa communication. So through Mesa, Doreen is often sending out emails about different internship opportunities. So make sure that you're checking those out. There's always really good stuff in there. Going back to take note of opportunities that you can get in the future. So if you come across an opportunity that you're not quite ready for, make note of that. That way, when you feel that you're more prepared, if it's a year down the road, 2 years down the road, that way you have note of it and you can come back to it later. But I do want to click on our Mesa STEM Internship Toolkit. Let me stop sharing on this screen so that I can share our website. Yes. Oops. Okay, so this is our internship toolkit, and you can find this through our Mesa STEM Academic Success Center page. So if you get onto the main Hancock page, or you can even just click on the link, you'll have this material available to you. But if you're on the main Hancock page, you go onto the quick links here, scroll down to Mesa STEM, click on it. That will take you to our main page. And from the main page on the left-hand side, you'll see the internship toolkit here. Okay, and you'll find information about internship related questions, application tips, resume tips, cover letter tips, interview tips. All of this we'll be covering today in our presentation. But here is the internship list, and it's a great way to get started with your internship search. The internships that are listed here are either internships that some of our past students have participated in, or internships that have come to us via email from these organizations. So I encourage you to utilize the toolkit and go through the list, because there is so much great stuff on here, a lot of good opportunities that you might be eligible for. And you might notice that some of these internships, their deadlines might have passed already, but do keep in mind that internships usually run on a year-to-year basis. So if there is an internship that you're really interested in, but it looks like it's closed, that means that it's closed for this summer, but it's probably opening back up in the fall. Okay, so come back to it during the fall. So here's this list that kind of just goes on. And as we get more opportunities that come to us, I will go on and update our internship list so that it's available to you. But here is another great tool, which is the Research Experiences for Undergraduate Student Finder. And if you click on this link here, you'll find research opportunities that are available through the National Science Foundation. And you can go through and look at different opportunities, and these are all filtered out by different majors, okay? And we'll talk a little bit more about RAUs in our next couple of slides. So tons of great tools and information available on our Mesa STEM Academic Success Center website. So, you know, if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out, but there's so much that you can find on the website. All right, so moving on to developing your application. So once you've invested enough time into researching different internship opportunities and identifying the internships that you are going to be applying for, you want to make sure that you are paying close attention to the requirements, okay? So read directions carefully. All internships will likely have an application process or an application that you'll have to fill out. So complete the application in its entirety. Okay, don't leave any questions blank. If you don't know the answer to a question, or if you don't know what they're referring to, please get help. I'm happy to support you. Reach out to me. Christine's happy to support you. Reach out to Christine. But make sure that all applications are completed in their entirety. Pay close attention to deadlines, especially when you're applying to multiple opportunities. You don't want to miss any deadlines because you've invested so much time and energy. So plug in deadlines into your calendar, your phone, whatever method you use to manage your time. Make sure that you're scheduling those things in so that you're not forgetting to submit an application or missing a deadline. You want to develop your resume and update it regularly. Most often than not, internship will require in the application that you also submit a resume, and we will go over some resume tips in our future slides. Utilize the internship description to identify key terms to tailor your experiences to your employer's needs. So when you look at an internship opportunity, they will typically have an internship description, and they will provide you with information about what the internship entails, what they're looking for. So utilize that document to your benefit when you're developing your resume, when you're developing your cover letter or your personal statement that you're going to be submitting, just depending on what's required. Include previous experiences such as projects, volunteer work, school involvement, special qualities, or anything that sets you aside and highlights your skills. Allow enough time to complete your personal statement or cover letter. Sometimes internship opportunities with their application, they'll require that you respond to a prompt, they'll require that you provide a personal statement or a cover letter. Each internship opportunity is a little bit different. So once you identify what you're going to be applying to, you'll be able to see exactly what they're going to require. Most often than not, you are going to be required to provide letters of recommendation. So make sure that you have individuals that will be able to provide you with these letters, and make those requests with enough time. Give them at least a 2-week notice so that they're able to develop a good letter of recommendation on your behalf. So common documents that are required. A resume, as I mentioned, and a resume is a document that job applications or interns are required to submit. And this is a way for you to summarize your work experience, your educational background, and any special skills. Sometimes you're also required to complete a cover letter. And the cover letter is a document where you're able to provide them with a little bit more about yourself. And it's a letter that you write to the employer or the internship opportunity, where you detail what you bring, your interest, your goals, and a little bit about your background, and you align it to what they're looking for in an intern. On our internship toolkit, you'll find more information on developing your resume and developing your cover letter. You'll also find documents that you can download and edit. It's a resume template and a cover letter template that you're able to use if needed. I also encourage you all to utilize our Career Center to get support with developing your resume. They offer great resources and workshops on resume development. So once you've gone through the process of identifying this internship that you're applying to, completing the application, gathering all of the required materials, submitting everything off to that internship opportunity, your next step is going to be attending and tackling that interview, okay? So what is an interview? An interview allows both the employer and the applicant to determine if they are a good fit for that position. This is your first impression, and it can make a lasting impact for both you and the interviewer. You want to make sure that going into the interview that you are prepared, that you have reviewed your resume, that you want to make sure that you've reviewed the material that you provided in the application. Be prepared to answer questions and give examples or tell a story about jobs or experiences that you have held, achievements, projects, education, anything that you have noted on your resume. You want to make sure that you're able to talk more about these different experiences. Study the internship description and talk about the skills and strengths that you possess that are relevant to the job. Know your personal and professional goals and how they may benefit the company. Be truthful, don't exaggerate or give any inaccurate information. So a little bit more on preparing for an interview. So the night before your interview, make sure that you're getting plenty of rest and dressed for success. You want to be physically prepared, you want to look good, and you want to be ready. Usually if you look good, you feel good. Situational knowledge, know when and where your interview will be taking place. If it's a virtual interview, be prepared for that. Know what platform you're going to be using. Have the link to the meeting. If it's in person, of course, arrive on time. 10 minutes early is sufficient. Make sure that you know where you're going. So if you're physically having to go somewhere, it's okay to do a practice run, drive out to the location so that you know where you're going. Maybe you can do it a couple days before, just so that you're feeling confident where you're going. Mental preparation, have knowledge of the company organization. Make sure to go on their website and review what they're about, what they provide, what they work on. And it's good to practice a mock interview. There's different resources online that you can utilize to prepare yourself for an interview. You can do a practice run, you can use a peer to help prepare you, put together some questions that they can ask you, and also utilize our Career Center. Written preparation. Take notes and ask questions. It's okay to bring a notepad to your interview and be ready to ask questions. This is also your opportunity for you to get to know them and make sure that this particular internship opportunity is a good fit for you, because you might have multiple internship offers and you want to choose the one that's going to be the best fit for you if offered multiple. So once you've gone through the interview process, follow up and reflect on your experience, send thank you notes or a thank you email, follow up at an appropriate time to see if a decision has been made, or if there's any additional information they need from you. So if it's past the deadline, if they let you know, like, hey, we'll let you know within the next 2 weeks, and the 2 weeks have passed and you haven't heard from them, that's when it's appropriate to reach out and, let them know that you're still interested and you want to know what the status is on your application. Reflect back on your experience with the internship application, the process, the interview, talk through it with the counselor or your instructor, or anyone else who is supportive of you. Make note of what went well and continue to do those exact things that went well. And if there's any areas for improvement, reflect back on those areas and identify how you can improve in those areas. So let's say you are really interested in working for a particular company or gaining experience in a particular area, but you're not seeing that there's an internship available in those areas. A lot of individuals have created their own internship opportunities. And what you'll want to do for this is you want to pinpoint the companies that you're interested in. You also want to make sure that you decide the type of work and experience that you would like to gain. And then what you want to do is reach out to those companies. If you have a professional that works for that company, if you know somebody who can get you in touch with somebody who works at that company, reach into those networks. If you don't know anybody, it's okay to pick up the phone, call them, let them know that you're interested in interning for them. You can also send an email. I would encourage you to call and just express your interest. And you never know, they might be able to put something together for you so that you can gain some internship experience. So now research experiences for undergraduate students, also known as REUs. They are summer programs that offer college students the opportunity to conduct full-time research under the mentorship of a faculty and sometimes graduate students and postdoctorate students in large research teams. So usually our students who have done REUs, they're out for about 6 to 8 weeks during the summer. And usually the REUs are hosted at a university. So we've had students complete REUs at UCSB, UC Berkeley. We've had students go to Kansas and complete their REUs. So these REU opportunities are available all over the state and the country. Each student is associated with a specific research project where you will work closely with the faculty and other researchers. Students are granted stipends and in many cases assistance with housing and travel. So a stipend is you're funding the pay that pays you. You don't have to pay it back. So typically REUs provide stipends from anywhere to $4,000 to $6,000 for the summer. And here is the link that will take you to the REU Finder. So I'm going to click on this link. Oops. And then we'll jump onto that link and I'll give you an example of what REU description looks like. Okay, so once you click on that link from the presentation, what you'll have access to, that will take you to search for an REU site. So I'm going to click on engineering. Let's go into engineering, and it's going to provide you with the list of all of the different REUs that are available across the country for engineering. And what you can do is you can go through them all and see, what stands out to you. If you know that you want to stay in California or you're looking for a particular area, you can also filter it out by location. So, or actually you can't filter it out. If you download the Excel, you can filter it out by location. What you can do is have it go in alphabetical order, and then if you do want to find something in California, then you can go down to the C for California. But here are some opportunities in California. There is an opportunity at Davis with their REU site, bio-inspired and biomedicated geotechnics research experience. So just for the purpose of taking a look at what's available there, I'm going to click on this. And it's going to take us to that site in just a minute. Oops, it says it's not found. That doesn't look like the right page either. Okay, so let's click on this one here. This is a aerospace opportunity at Pomona, so Cal Poly Pomona. And I just want to go over this so that you can get a nice example of what the REUs entail and what's available. So hopefully all of the information is available. Okay, here we are. So this is the REU available through Pomona, and you'll have information about the opportunity, application instructions. Here's the online application, previous research projects, the calendar and important dates, mentors, and then some frequently asked questions. So they'll provide you with tons of information. So it's just on you to go through it and invest some time and energy on this. But as you can see, here's a description. It's letting you know this is for the 2023 summer program. So of course, this has already passed. So you might run into this depending on when you're looking at this. So the application opens in November of 2022. So that's a good indicator to me that the application normally opens every November 1st, okay? You can click here to see the flyer. And on the flyer, you'll find information, again, about the opportunity, the application deadline. So again, this is a good indicator to me that usually the applications are due in February every year. So again, I know this has passed, but I'm certain that this will be available again for this upcoming year. So some of the program highlights is a $6,000 stipend for 10 weeks. They provide support with housing, transportation, meals. They allow you to have networking and professional development opportunities. There's field trips. And here's information on how to apply, information on eligibility, contact information. So this is just an example of one REU. And, depending on your major, you'll be able to get on, filter it out, and look at all of the opportunities. But there is tons of opportunities out there. And as you can see, all of the REU opportunities are paid opportunities. Okay, so here are a few open opportunities that have been available for our student. And again, this may or may not be available when you're watching this presentation, but I do want to highlight that we do have various opportunities available throughout the year. So this may or may not be super accurate right now when you're watching this, but keep in mind, we're here to support you with the process. So reach out if you're ever having a hard time finding open opportunities. But previous opportunities that have been available have been through Cascade Cybersecurity. It was a paid internship. Quintron. Here's the REUs. Flatiron Construction Corps. Civil engineering intern through Santa Barbara County. And then of course, make sure to check out the Mesa STEM Scholarship Toolkit. So the open opportunities will always vary just depending on when you are watching this. So I would always refer back to our internship list on the toolkit. Here's a few other Mesa STEM past internship opportunities that our students engaged in. Here are some of the pictures of our students at these internships, but here's the list, and there's always, of course, many, many more. All right, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to myself. I'm Angelica. You can either reach out via email, set up an appointment with me, or come find me in our Mesa STEM Academic Success Center in M500 at the Santa Maria campus. And Christine Reed, who's our full-time counselor, is always also available. Thank you for tuning in. See you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.